Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Hope everything's going good with everybody out there. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. I'm in my backyard here today for the start of our video. We're going to be talking about something called succession. So we're going to learn all about succession today and what that means. If you can see the root word of succession, it means to succeed. All right, so we're going to be talking about that today and how nature works with succession. Some of the stuff behind me, you see some of these large trees out here. All right, we see our grass behind me. See my grass. All right, it's looking pretty green right now. A little tall, gotta cut it. So all this stuff has to deal with succession, how things grow and what things survive in nature and create, like the forests you see when you go to the forest reserves. You guys have been taking long walks, all right? So there's a lot that goes into succession, from the smallest plants, from our grasses, from our flowers, to our little trees. That's my favorite tree right there. He has his pink flowers on it right now. All the way down to stuff that's super small. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let's go down here in my cracks on my patio. All right, I have some moss down here. Oh, where are you guys at? There you are. Where's my moss? I've been picking it out in my concrete here. Here we go. There's some moss right there. All right. So all this stuff has to deal with succession. So hopefully you guys are excited as me, and we're going to learn about this today. All right. I just want to tell you guys, you've been doing a great job. All right. So keep up the great work. Only a couple weeks left. All right. Only about 3 weeks left. You don't have to see this face anymore for the whole summer. All right, so great job. Again, hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Let's get at it. We're going to take some notes on succession, a little Ed puzzle on succession. We're going to do this. Later. Hey guys, hopefully you like my tour of my backyard. That's right, we are going to be talking about succession today. So these are the notes I was talking about. So we're going to get right at it so we get done with these notes really, really quick. So you get to the Ed puzzle. I know you guys are loving all those Ed puzzles I've been giving you. So let me get through this note session with you guys and we'll get at it. So like I was talking about in my backyard, we're talking about ecological succession. So what is that? All succession is a series of changes that occur. It could be in your a community following a disturbance. So this could happen in your backyard, can't happen anywhere, all right? It's following a disturbance though. We'll talk more about those disturbances because there's a variety of them that cause different changes. So our key vocab for today is, let me bring my highlighter out here for you guys. Key vocab. Oh, I can't talk. Our primary succession, secondary succession, pioneer species, climax community, and of course, Mr. Mosel rocks. That's right. Remember that, Mr. Mosel rocks. I know you're probably booing me right now, but I have my applause going on here. All right. So let's get at it. All right. So let's go to our next slide. So we're talking about succession, changes in a community following a disturbance. So the first one we're going to talk about is primary succession. When you hear the word primary, primary is usually the first in line, all right? Primary means first, okay? So this occurs in an area in which no trace of a previous community exists. So it's like a slab of rock. There's nothing there. This usually occurs after volcanic eruptions where they create new land, and also after a glacier scrapes away the land. There's nothing there. Those are no dirt, just plain old rock. And what happens? And what has to happen for succession to occur, for plants to start forming? A pioneer species has to start growing there. And what a pioneer species is, and it's right here on the slide here, these are the first species to populate an area. So I'm going to show you some pictures in this little video of mine. Some of those pioneer species are lichen. We also have moss, and we have some grasses. These are all our pioneer species. So these kind of come in first. They kind of get dropped by other animals, the seeds, to help them grow. And these start growing on rock. All right. So they kind of start the succession. So they're like the roots for other plants. So they kind of bring in the nutrients needed for soil to start to form. And from that soil, eventually, we get bigger plants. And then eventually we get bigger and bigger plants. Then we start getting small trees and larger trees. I'm going to show you that here in the next picture here on the next slide. So this is an example of primary succession. So right here, we're starting with nothing, bare rock. Then we get our lichen and our moss and our small grasses start to form on that rock. Eventually, the nutrients from our lichen, our moss, and our small grasses start to form soil. Whoever thought soil would be so cool? So we get our soil. And then from that soil, we get more soil and more things start to grow. So we get some larger grasses. And then we get some plants growing with those grasses. Then we get bushes, and you can see the layer of soil getting deeper. And the deeper the soil gets, the more roots are able to grow, and we start getting bushes and taller trees. Then eventually we get the tall, tall trees. And in this video, you could see down here at the ground level, we don't have a lot of that grass and lichen and big bushes and big trees because these larger trees start to block out the sun. So down here at the forest floor, they can't get all that nutrients they need. So they kind of die off back into the soil. So these large trees take over. And this is what's called a climax community. And I'm going to talk about that in my next slide. All right. So here we go. Secondary succession. All right, so secondary succession, kind of like primary succession, and just with secondary succession, there's soil there. Not everything is destroyed, all right? It's just partially destroyed. So there's still soil remaining, so succession can happen a lot faster, all right, rapidly. So examples of things that would cause secondary succession would be wildfires. We hear a lot of those out on the West Coast, especially in California. Hurricanes down in the Southeast, all right, or other natural disasters, or even deforestation. Humans cutting down trees and forests, all right? Things are still going to live. There's still soil. So succession can happen more rapidly and come back a lot quicker. And this is what we call secondary succession. There is still soil there, all right? And let me go to our next slide. I'll talk about climax communities. Let me move my video here, and you guys will see what I was talking about. Climax communities, this is just the ending part of succession. These are usually defined by large plants and trees, all right? This is where a forest wants to get to. A community of organism wants to get to their climax community. So I'm going to show you an image here of secondary successions, a little different than primary. All right, let's move my handsome self up here. That was just a joke. So secondary succession. All right. So we start out with trees here, all right? We have a climax community here at the beginning, all right? It's all nice and big. We have our bushes there at the bottom, our large trees, all right? All of a sudden, there's a wildfire, all right? That fire burns and burns and burns. Those large trees get burnt up, all right? They die. The soil is still left. That soil does not get burnt up. So there's still nutrients and small organisms and plants still in that soil that survive, all right? They're able to survive this. What starts to happen then, new life starts to grow. See, it's not lichen like the primary succession. It's more of a grasses, small flowers, all right? So it's doing it more rapidly, all right? Then our bushes and trees come. Then our larger bushes and trees come. We still got our grass here. Then we start getting our large trees. They come back again, but a lot faster than primary succession, all right? So this is our climax community. That was a lot to say in a very short time. So if you need to see me again, please rewind. All right. For your ed puzzle today, you're going to be seeing my fabulous code teacher, Miss G. It's a video she put together, so I am going to use it for our class too because I think it's really well. It's coming from her house over in Indiana, so it's a lot of real world stuff you guys are going to see to help you with succession. All right, so stay safe, TF South. Missing you guys, and we'll see you later.